Hello class, in this video I will talk about a very important topic and the topic is velocity. So as you already know, the winter breaks has been increased again. So we are coming with a very important topic of science and the topic name is velocity. Okay, so you as you already know we have discussed about speed and what is the formula of speed. The formula of speed was distance upon time. We also know what was the unit of the speed. The unit of speed was meter per second. The SI unit was what? Meter per second, where meter was denoting distance and second was denoting time. Okay, so velocity is the extension of we can say speed. So by speed we were able to know that how fast or slow a object is. Now the velocity is what? It refers to the rate of change in the displacement with respect to time. Okay, now rate of change of displacement with time is known as velocity. And what was the speed? Rate of change of position with respect to time is known as speed. Okay, or we can say the distance traveled by an object in a given time is known as its speed. So there are two different things used. In case of speed we have used distance, but in the case of velocity we are using displacement. Now why we are using the word displacement? So distance and displacement are the key points of the velocity. So if there is no displacement in object position and the object do not cover any distance, then there will be no velocity. What these lines are saying, see, if there is no displacement in object's position and the object do not cover any distance, then there will be no velocity. Suppose as we have already discussed in the class, the distance is the path traveled by an object and the displacement is the shortest distance between two points, or the shortest distance between the 2 points is known as displacement. And what was the distance? The total path traveled by an object was called as distance. Now if you see the if a object goes from point A, it is moving from point A, but it is again coming to point A after traveling a path, then if you will see the distance traveled by it is something else, but if you see the displacement will be zero. Why it will be zero? Because that the object is coming back to its original point by traveling a certain distance. So what is happening? Its origin, its point of origin is not changing, so its displacement is zero. And we have already discussed the displacement is the shorter distance between the 2 points. Okay, now here we can also see the displacement refer to the net change in the position of an object. So net change is what? The if a object is moving from point A and it is again coming to point A, then it's did you see any change in its position? No, the change in position is zero, because the point, the object after traveling the certain distance is again coming to point A, so change in the position is zero. But when you will discover when you compare it with the distance, the path is traveled by that object is, suppose it is x, so the path traveled by it is certain something else, but change change in the position, if you see, it is net zero. So displacement refers to the net change in the position of an object in motion, and distance refers to the amount of ground covered by object in the motion. So one more thing I will like to discuss here. The velocity, in case of speed, we were only considering the magnitude, okay, but in case of magnitude of the object, or uh, but in the case of if you see a velocity, we will also take not only the magnitude but also the direction. So displacement is a vector quantity because it is fully described with the both direction and magnitude. But if you see in the case of distance, it can be explained or speed in it. If you see the speed, the speed can be explained only with the help of magnitude. But when you try to explain the velocity, it will not be able you will not be able to explain the velocity only with the presence of what we call magnitude. You also need to get the direction also. Now come on to the another thing, which is what is the velocity formula. So the velocity formula is displacement upon time. Compare it with the speed. Speed formula was distance upon time, but velocity formula is displacement upon time. So what will be the SI unit? SI unit will also be meter per second. Why? Because if you see, the displacement is what? Change in the position, and in order to map the change in position, you will also need meter. So the velocity formula will be the displacement upon time. And what is the displacement? Displacement is net change in the position. So first thing we will take into the consideration is final position minus we will do from the initial position. So final position minus initial position will be giving you the displacement, and time will be the total time taken to cover the particular distance. Okay, now see one example. Suppose this is the example. Suppose there is an object traveled a distance of 10 meter in a left direction, and time taken by object is 2 minutes. Then find the velocity. So object traveled a distance of 10 meter in the left direction. Okay, so formula is what? Displacement upon time. Now put the value in the formula first, but what we will do first, we will convert the minute into the second. As we already know, the SI unit of velocity is meter per second. So we have converted meter into second by multiplying to 2 with 60. So you will get 120 as time. Okay, time you will get 120 as the second. Now put the formula, put the value in the formula. V is equal to A upon T, and what you will get? You will get the answer. I hope you like the video. After watching the video, you will solve the worksheet which I will give you, and you will be able to solve all the questions which will be given in any kind of exam. Okay, so thank you.